Hey, hey, are we live? Woohoo! Oh my god, already so many people. It's awesome. Okay, let me shut down my heater and welcome and Merry Christmas, everyone. Okay, just shutting down the heater. It is really warm. I just cranked the heater before coming live. Was like, get myself cozy. I have a cup of tea right here. So it's gonna be a nice, cozy little chat with you guys. I've done that last year. I think it was on Christmas Day last year. Oh, I need to put my lights. And I decided to do on Christmas Eve this year. Merry Christmas, everyone. I know some part of the world you're already in Christmas. It's Christmas Eve right here. Hmm. So get yourself a little cup of tea, a little drink maybe, a little Baileys. I should have bought some. Let me put the lights. I barely have any battery for the lights, but get the little ambience in the back. So, what's up, everyone? Merry Christmas! I hope you have an amazing holiday season wherever you are, whatever you celebrate or not so much. Happy holidays! Oh, people from everywhere. Ooh, love it. Uh, oh my god, I have a hard time to like look at some people on Australia. So I think you guys are within Christmas, for what I heard. So I don't know what time we'll be over there. Scotland, oh, people from everywhere. So what are you guys doing for Christmas? What's your plan? What's Are you making a big thing? Are you in your van just chilling, taking it easy? I don't really do so much me in Christmas usually. This is gonna be a little special one this Christmas because I'm gonna spend a little bit of time with my boyfriend on Christmas Day. So that should be nice. It's always a little bit better than spending time by myself. But I spend so many Christmas in my van, in my car by myself. So if you are in this situation, guys, I get it. Please, I like to say that if you're single, if you don't have so much family, or if you just spend some time with yourself, make yourself a nice warm meal, something that you don't cook very often, something special, and make yourself a little movie or something like this. Just do something special, on that day. Go for a nice long walk if it's beautiful where you live, and yeah, just just nicer than spending a day in the van and just, you know what I mean, like feeling feeling to be alone even more. So yeah, just do something special for yourself. Pizza, beer, and movie. There you go. Doesn't have to be crazy for Christmas. Just something that you like, something you enjoy. Where's Kelly? Kelly, she's on the bed right now. Hold on. So, can you see her? My bed is not made. Everything's a mess. It's a typical here. She's like, what's going on here? Spending Christmas Eve with my three kitties. Awesome. Kitty's a star. Yeah, she is. Oh. So yeah, what you guys doing on this Christmas day? Chrome and I is gonna make a little. I'm gonna make a little dinner for Christmas. We kind of talk. We decide that today what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make a little vegan part of like the regular Christmas. So I gonna make a stuffing because I couldn't find like vegan stuffing. So I've no idea if I'm gonna be able to do it because all the recipe was like on the oven. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to try to make. I'm gonna have to try to make a Christmas meal with only one burner. And yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not gonna be the greatest. Who knows? But I love the challenge, so that should be fun and some mashed potatoes and cranberry, and try to make a vegan part of the Christmas. Uh, chip and cheese in a big glass of water. There you go. Doesn't have to be fancy. Ah. All right, where we are, where we are. Merry Christmas, Emmy and Kelly. Thank you, Rachel. Send you love. Thanks. My plan for tonight went with the wind, weather, road condition. Oh yeah, the weather is really bad too here, but it's getting a little bit better. So I'm in the. Oh, my boyfriend is here. Hello. What he's talking about? So talk about that clothespin. Sorry, I'm reading what you said. So yeah, the road are bad. To be quite honest, I'm in Vancouver right now. I did my little trip on the Sunshine Coast, which was not what I was planning. I'm gonna have to go back. I feel so bad for people on the Sunshine Coast. I barely were able to do anything. Thank you, nature girl. Merry Christmas and coffee for you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate. Merry Christmas to you as well. So yeah, when the Sunshine Coast, I was planning on like visiting the Sunshine Coast and go everywhere, but the weather was just bad. We had a winter storm. After that, the road was really bad, and they only applied like the main road. So I was worried to get stuck everywhere. I wanted to go see a waterfall, and like the parking was just like ice. I'm like, I'm gonna be stuck there. So it was a little bit frustrating on that part, but I'm gonna have to go back. That's it. It's not that far. I'm just gonna have to take the ferry. But I'm in Vancouver right now. I park on the side of the road, and the weather. They had a lot of snow here, so I just pull on the side of the road. I'm like, okay, I'm in the snowbank. That's not gonna be good for going leaving that area. And we had more snow, and after that we have freezing rain, and now it's pouring rain. You might hear it's kind of stopped a little bit, but we had a lot of rain today. And the snowbank. So they piled the road itself, and they piled the side walk beside me, and that pushed all the snow like pretty much on my van, so I cannot get out. So I've been here for 2 days. It's okay. It's a good spot to be stuck if you want. I kind of push a little bit the snow to try to like so it melt faster. But yeah, maybe tomorrow I'm gonna be able to get out. Who knows? Mary Jane, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Merry Christmas. So, yeah, Christmas party gonna be around Vancouver because I cannot get out of where I am. Uh, and yeah, I think some part Vancouver, a little bit further on the valley, was even worse. And I think on the Vancouver Island too was a lot of snow and yeah, ice and all that. Not the best. You are so lucky to you have snow. We have none here. It's warm here for this time of year. Yeah, but it's raining today, so it's kind of. I wish that the snow would come another day. I would have been like today or tomorrow. Right now, it's just pouring rain. But at least we have a little bit of snow. Yeah. Would Kitty have a special treat for Christmas? I didn't buy. She's got like a pile of trees, so we're gonna give her some later on, but nothing special if you want. She doesn't get treat very often, so it's gonna be a special if you want. Uh, yeah, right now it's quite warm. I think it's 5, 7 degrees, maybe around that area, so it's quite warm, which is great because we had really cold weather. uh, it's definitely a challenge to park your van in the winter when you have a lot of snow. That's definitely closed down a lot of like side road and things. So, what you guys doing? Uh, Question: would you post a video on how to plan your cross country trip? I didn't plan my cross country. I am not someone who planned really my trip, if you want. So my plan was only to go see my friends. So I went super fast, took the main highway, if you want, across Canada. And after that, in Newfoundland, I didn't know there, so I was just sometime grabbing like those little book whatever for free that give you a little bit of option of where to walk, or Google map or things like this for if I felt to go for a walk or things like this, but I don't plan more than that. I like to be surprised. Sometime I just, yeah, Google map is sometime what I use if you want to find like a little attraction or some place that I want to go maybe visit. I just go on Google map and like maybe type hike or and see some picture. I'm like, oh yeah, that seems to be a cool place to go hike and or to go visit something. So, but I don't really plan more than that. I didn't really plan also a budget, if you want. I knew it would be expensive. It was way more expensive than I thought, though, because of the gas price. But I was obviously making money with YouTube, so that was really helping me, like, going. But I was like at one point when I was in Newfoundland, I was a little bit worried. I must admit, because the gas price increased and it was super expensive in Newfoundland, the gas, and I was like, oh, is it gonna be worse because I have to come back at one point? But when you live in a van, that's the best part in that sense. If the gas price or something go crazy, you just find a nice place to stay and you stay there for a little while and you take your time and you come back. uh, Amy, I finally make it to another live stream. Hi. Oh, I see people from great to see you. Some face that I know, some people from Patreon. Mhm. So I might, to go back to that question, I might do a video because I had a lot of requests on my last live, about making a video about my uh, cost that the trip cost me, like like the whole thing, because I'm just doing my tax right now. I'm gonna be able to really break that down and do a video for you guys on how much the whole road trip cost me, which I don't really want to know. I said that to come. I'm like, they want to know how much that cost me. I don't really want to do it. I don't really want to know because I know it's expensive. And I just, at one point, I just wanted to forget about that. Boho, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. I hope you're going to have a nice night. Nice warm. Yeah, the gas price getting a little bit better. A little bit. I guess it's still really high, but we got used to it. Mm-hmm. My boyfriend talk. I hear some people talk to him. Oh. So yeah, what you guys doing for Christmas? What's your plan, or what's you drinking right now? I'm having just a cup of tea. I'm a little bit boring, to be honest. I didn't even buy some beer or some alcohol. I'm not someone who drinks so much. Maybe my boyfriend's gonna have some for me when he's gonna see me tomorrow. Oh, you did. My boyfriend says some bad stuff. I'm not surprised. I didn't saw the comment. What time is over here? 5:14 p.m. on Christmas Eve. We are painting a house to start van life, to sell it and start van life. Awesome! That's a nice project. That's pretty cool. We have so many people who just, decide to retire or decide to retire early or things like this, and it just sell everything and buy a van and just go for it, which I love it. I love to hear those story. We are going out for Chinese food tomorrow. You know what? Oh, Shane, Joseph, hey, Merry Christmas to you as well. So, yeah, I used to eat like really random thing for Christmas when I was by myself. Just like sometimes Chinese food, sometimes I was making pierogies. But yeah, this year is gonna be a little bit more traditional. But I rarely I rarely eat those traditional type of Christmas dinners, so it's gonna be different. Mhm. Some people from Australia. Hello. Indiana. Ooh, we have people from everywhere. Everyone seems to have bad weather. The weather sometime on Christmas. Oh, my family unfortunately isn't doing Christmas this year, so I came here to enjoy a little Christmas. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Merry Christmas. I think people, I don't know if it's you, but when I was younger, I felt, the Christmas party was like something. I remember we're like, maybe, was not like huge in my, well, I mean, now that I think about it, was probably like, some people text me, maybe my boyfriend. So yeah, my family was like maybe 20 people. Come text me some bad stuff. So yeah. What I was to say? He's probably laughing right now. When I was in my family and when I was young, we are like probably 20 people, like celebrate, cousin, like big thing. And I feel like over the years, it's getting super small. Like my brothers got two kids and going to be like just his little family with his kids with my two parents. That's it. So super small. And I remember when I was young, it was like a big thing. And I feel like, like around the Christmas tree was like full of gift. And I feel like things change. I don't know if that's you, but I feel like, yeah, when I was younger it was like big thing. Like maybe that was just in my family, but I feel like people were just, who is Chrome? Chrome is my boyfriend. You maybe see him once in a while in my video. Oh, I know what happened. I got some little words on my. Hope that the internet connection is good, guys. Let me know if it's not, because I know something just popped. How do you renew your driver's license if you don't have a permanent address? I do technically have an address, which is, so the place where I have my address is actual street address. It's almost like the way that it's written is like almost like an apartment. So I'm in like a certain apartment in the street, but if you go there, it's only a little box. So every box is like a street address if you want, if I can say that. So if you want to renew your driver's license or things like this, you cannot use a PO box, so you need an actual permanent address. So you can search that, and maybe in your area you can find an area, place for it, or use maybe like if you have parent or people like this, you can maybe use their address. Big French family. We always had a big Christmas party. 34, 50 people every place we visit. yeah, maybe I don't know if things change because I used to like, I don't know. I remember my friends too, like, we had a big Christmas party, and now I feel like people are just celebrate maybe less, and which is good thing because at one point it's just gift after gift after gift. So if you are in that situation, don't stress. I remember my mom be so stressed during Christmas when people was coming over. She was making food, and in my family we kind of like a little bit more traditional or conventional. I don't know how to say it, but like every like I remember like my mom's like, okay, like, oh, we put the fork, and like the fork need to go there, and you have to go, like, you know what I mean, and like we have to have like the nice thing of like glass of champagne there, and like oh, I was like, can we just eat like like every day? Do we have to make it that way? But I guess at that time was kind of like, I don't know, a little bit of show off in that sense. Hmm. Uh, Thanks everyone. I will stick around, but I'm surrounded by family. Blessed to you. Have fun, guys. You too, Joseph. Have fun with your cousin, your family, everyone. I'll call you probably tomorrow. Uh, People are lucky to have food and to be warm through Christmas, but as you get older, it's the people you miss. You are right. That's why I often say around Christmas, just spend quality time with people. Just, I don't send gift to my parents and my family in Quebec. I found it just, first of all, for me, because I'm not there, it's kind of just frustrating because I don't see the reaction of opening the gift. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like whatever. It's not fun for my part. The reaction of people like opening a gift. It's nice. So you always get a phone call. Oh, thank you for your gift. Okay, and it gets so expensive to send a gift in Quebec. It's like 40, $50 just to send a small package. So my nephew, I have two nephews, and yeah, I try to give them gift or give them stuff when I see them instead of during those time, because anyway they have gift. My friend's gonna give them gift, my brother's gonna give them gift, they're gonna have gift from everywhere. So when I see them, they're not like they don't think they're gonna get a gift, and they don't know why. They're like, whoa, 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 I have a gift. It's not my birthday, it's not Christmas, what, why? Because because I'm there, and so I prefer those moments, and just give them something little, something small anyway, because kids just play with a little toy, and like a month later, not even, they just bored of that and they want something different. So mhm. And obviously I try to spend sometimes when I'm in Quebec with them, because kids, they grow up and they grow up. What did Chrome give you for Christmas? We give each other nothing. That's a rule. We're like, I don't want anything. You don't give me anything. So we're just gonna spend the evening, make a nice little meal, probably watch a little Christmas movie, and that's it. We spend the Christmas together, and that's perfect for me. I don't need anything. If I want to buy myself something, I can buy myself something. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. Donut, thank you so much. Merry Christmas from Texas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Getting my to experience my first Christmas Eve in my van. Awesome. I like Christmas like when I was by myself. Kind of mentioned in one of my video, but on Christmas, sometime I was making a nice meal on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. So I was baking something or making something that something that I don't do very often. Just, I don't know, greasy food. You know what I mean? Comfort food, whatever you want to call it. And I was going to drive to see like the lights. I really like Christmas lights. So I was going and just like enjoying like like the beautiful Christmas vibe, and with wondering of like, oh, they seem to have a big party here. It's got a lot of car, and just go around like really like, that's why I enjoy it. And some city just make like, some city, my goodness, really like put a lot of lights. What? You didn't buy me anything? No. So if you buy me something, Rum, you can return it or you can give it to me. But no, I didn't buy you anything. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. uh, uh, mhm. I wanted to ask what they gave you, Kitty, for a seizure. So the vet gave me, it's not working really well. So Kitty right now, she's on nothing. To be really honest, she had CBD oil for a while, and I realized that I was not really changing so much the number of seizure. So she really have like, I write them down every time she has a seizure. I write them down. I write that where she was, like, and if something that I feel could have triggered that seizure. So probably 80% of the time when she's got a seizure is when she just suddenly get up of her bed, from sleeping to get to waking up. And she probably have around six small, very small seizure. Like they have like, it's just her legs kind of like gonna numb if you want. So last time she had a seizure, we were in Ontario. Uh, so I'm not quite sure. A couple of months now. So yeah, barely six every year. So really, really not so much. I don't remember what the vet gave me for medication. She was on something the first time. I didn't like the way that she was acting. So she was seems to almost have a seizure, like really like confused, really yeah, not doing good. If you want, I don't know what to describe. I have a video about that time too as well, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna give her that. I don't know if she had just a seizure, and that was just a bad timing with the new medication that they gave me, but um she had that for like several hours, which is not something when she's got a seizure that happened for 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, if you want, or numbing legs and kind of like strange behavior. But yeah, so I decided to not go further with the medication, and I tried the CBD oil. I didn't know if is it working, is it not working, and I realized that doesn't seem to really do so much. So I decided, okay, let's just try to remove the CBD oil and see if that's gonna change anything, and didn't change anything. So right now she's on nothing. I'm gonna see, if she's got like a lot of seizure, if it's, or if they are really big or something like this, if it's really increased, obviously I'm gonna do something. Obviously I'm gonna take medication. But yeah, if your vet give you something and it doesn't work, yeah, and go back. Some people are really good. Um, the dog or the cat really behave well with the CBD oil, but I didn't saw any difference on Kitty or anything that anything major. Can we see Kitty? Obviously, you can see Kitty. She just ate, but now she's back in bed. Kitty, wanna go see us? What's that face? You look mad. It's Christmas. Like, I don't care. She's got a really mean hug. You probably cannot see, guys, but she was like, "Why are you looking at me?" Uh, I use CBR for my cat pain. Seems to work. Yeah, some people have really good effect if you want. I don't know what to say. With the CBD oil, but I didn't saw any difference for kitty. And like every medication, every CBD oil, you need to find the right dose. And I even increase because she was like, I'm like, maybe it's not working. Maybe I should increase a little bit. So I increase. And I was like, okay, it doesn't seem to really do anything special. And because, like I said, she barely have any and they are small, I decided to not go further with that. Uh, My cat years ago was having seizure, but she was around 20 years old. Oops, things moving. And sound her send her off. Yeah, Kenny, she's quite. I think she's. I should increase her age because I always seem to say the same age. So I think she's around 7. So she's still quite young to have seizure. It's been uh two 3 years now that I notice that I know 2 years now that I know that she's got seizure. And a year before that she had some kind of strange behavior and I didn't know that was seizure because they were super small. So yeah, she's been having at least seizure for 3 years. They are tiny, 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 tiny. Would you start your van renovation in January? Yes, probably around that point. I am not sure how much we're gonna do. I don't want to put myself too much stress about the van bill. What my boyfriends do? Recipe for Emmy's balls. So good. I'm gonna make some little dessert Christmas ball tomorrow as well. What I was saying, I don't remember now. Linda, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Emmy's ball. Whoa, that take a relationship to the next level. Would you and Chrome travel outside Canada? At one point we will. I just talked about this today to him. Like, maybe next winter we should go all the way to Mexico to enjoy a warm Christmas. Uh, it's quite good right now, but yeah, maybe at one point we're gonna get out. But I still like our Christmas. Sorry, our winter around the Vancouver area. Even though at one point I'm like, okay, I'm tired. Like warm weather come back type of, and I want to start traveling a little bit more. But it's nice because obviously Chrome is there this winter because gonna build his able. And oh yeah, I remember now the question. I'm gonna go back with that. So obviously he's in around Vancouver, but we also have other friends that are all over there, and we don't see them in the summer because we all nomad, we all travel, and so it's nice to go back. It's kind of almost like a little family, and like even like we saw some people that we don't really know, but we just recognize their van. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that van last year was there in that town very often. Cool. It's just, yeah, it's nice to go back in one area and just have a little connection if you want. So we have Joseph here this winter, so it's nice to spend some time once in a while to see him. And yeah, other friends just, so it's great for that. But maybe one day. Maybe one day. I'm sure one day. Yeah, to go back to the van bill before I forget. So I don't want to stress about it. I still unsure about the actual layout of what I'm gonna change. So we're gonna start with the back of the van, uh, redoing the bed situation because that I know it's not gonna change. I just want the structure to be better, to have a little bit more space underneath the bed. So I'm gonna start with this, and I'm probably gonna finish. So my two side door here, I'm gonna finish that portion. I get some cold air because the insulation is not the greatest, so I want to put more insulation. I also want to finish that better so it look better. Uh, and in the bottom of that door is got no panel too as well, so I'm gonna put that finish the top, that piece there was been missing. I just have to cut it, and I want to put some door on that front, on the back there, and maybe in the front too as well. So in the front too, maybe here, so you guys don't see all my mess, and I can just put more stuff. So that's gonna be my first plan, and redo the walls too as well at one point because I don't like them. I showed that a couple of times, but they do leave like a scratch. Like I don't know if you can see, but they do leave scratch. Like if you just pass beside it. So I want something better, and I'm probably gonna. If I open the walls, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time to put more insulation to as well in the same time. So that's gonna be, if you want, the first step, step number one, which just that's gonna be a lot of work for me. I feel like it's gonna be, and maybe after that, I'm gonna have the groove, and I'm gonna be okay. Let's start with the cabinets and do a little bit more layout and things like this. But we're just gonna go step by step, I guess, because I know how much work it is to build a van. I've done it, and I know the way that I've done it was almost cut everything by hand because I barely have anything to cut wood. I was working like 50 hours a week as a janitor, and I had to take care of Kitty. And on my day off, I was just spending time, and I was so tired of building the van. I was just like, I'm tired. I don't want to do that. So I have that feeling, if you want, of like, oh, I don't want to build a van right now. You know what I mean? Just that feeling. But I know if I start doing it, and I'm like, okay. And because everything is in the van, and the first time too, like we were like living in the van, which add add problem if you want. If you don't live in the van and you're building a van, it's nice because you don't have to clean everything and put your bed back, and like, you know what I mean, and make sure that if you redo your bed, well, I'm gonna have to make sure that I can put the bed back that night and I can sleep in the van, and obviously having a cat, which add a little challenge. I'm gonna be like, okay, like if I open everything, Kitty cannot be in the van because the electrical is going to be exposed, and I don't want her to go there. So I'm gonna have to, like, make sure maybe she's gonna play in the shop during that time or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's gonna be a little extra challenge. And now the electrical is there adds a second challenge to all of this because I'm gonna have to I don't like, yeah, go around my electrical. It's just something I know I have to be better. So maybe that's gonna be a challenge, for me, just to open everything and just make sure, okay, I'm not gonna touch this, or I can unplug this, and to rebuild things and put things back. So yeah, that's gonna be a little mini challenge, all of this. All right, I've been talking for a little bit. Let's go to the question. Are we? Oops, what's going on with the? Was frozen for us again. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Aiden and Taco, thank you so much. I love the little super chat. Thank you. Oh, and I have another one. Kitty Feathers, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Slow and steady with the bill. Yes, exactly. And I'm sure, when I'm going to start doing things, it's just going to be like, okay, I have the setup, things, the machine is just like, I'm going to have like the proper way to do it, and like feel a little bit maybe in the groove if you want of all of this, but yeah, we're gonna go slow. Um, what do you love the most about event setup? Whoa, that's a good question. About the events setup. Because I love my two side windows, which say that all the time, but it's not really a setup. Well, if you want, my high top and my two side windows, which is the best thing. I'm so happy that I spent a little bit more money to put those two windows. Like, definitely, because I love to just cook and I just look at the window of people passing by, and just big nice air ventilation and all of this. And I didn't put the side divider on. I didn't put the reflector here on the window, but by the way, this make a huge difference for the air, like the cold air coming in van. Yeah, that's really, I'm put on that side. So this thing here, my reflector, make a huge difference, by the way. The van setup, hmm, what I like the most, uh, it's got so many small little things. I cannot tell you one thing. Um, this is why I have hard time, because I don't feel like I want to change so much in for the van. If I want to change the van bill, it's got a couple of things that I know I want to change because I don't like that. I can tell you I don't like that my water. We see I have garbage, but my water bottle is over there and the step, and I don't like that at all. So it's gonna have a place for it, that's for sure. Um, and things, if you want, that I regret a little bit, I would have put more insulation if I was to redo it again. That's for sure, on the floor and everywhere. I put a little bit more extra insulation. But I really like kind of everything. I really like the open space, if you want, with my kitchen there. They're really open. I like the way that the bed is set up, and I like that I put a lot of like space underneath so I can put like big bins. People, I think, underestimate that space in their van. Make sure to have a lot of space on, for me at least. I like to have a lot of space underneath the bed. The reason is, if you have tools, if you have anything that it's heavy, this is where it's going to go. It's not going to go on the top of your cabinets. It's not like where I'm going to put all my tools. Put that on under the bed, and like things that you don't do use that often. Like my Dutch ovens under my bed. I have a bin full of tools that's under my bed. All my camping. I do have a hard time to talk. My camping stuff is under my bed, and I do have one bin that I barely use for our things that I like to keep, like my big rubber boots that I've been using today, things that are not used very often but are just good to keep in the van in case. And I have like a bunch of tax paper from other business that I had before that I have to keep, unfortunately. So that stay too as well under the bed. But yeah, this is, if you want the open space, if you want the big open space, it's what I like the most. And that way I have a lot of space under the bed. I think that's what I would say. But that's a very good question. Ooh, Rhonda, thank you so much. Treat for Kelly and coffee for you. Thank you. I appreciate. Did I miss a super chat? I don't know. I hope I don't miss any super chat. Sometimes the live, the talk and the talk. No, I think I got it all. But Merry Christmas to all of you guys. And thank you. I'm going to remind me before I leave that give a couple of treats to Kelly for you guys, because I know you like it. And she like it. From follow function, you are easygoing, loving your space, function well for you. Yeah, that's the big thing. Like even if I was to tell you, like, I love to have like plenty of space underneath my bed, some people are like, oh no, I don't like that, or I don't need that. So everyone's different, everyone's got needs different, which is why I love to watch those Ventura and those things like this, because you're like, everyone's got a little touch, the little, my van is really like black and white, and you just got a lot of black because it's just I like black. So, but some people is like the opposite of that, or some people are super colorful and you put like ton of color and flowers, and you know what I mean. So everyone can put their touch in their van and put their personality in their van, which is what I think is the coolest thing. If you're someone like me, I used to live in apartments, so always renting place. And when you move often, or sometimes you don't even have to move very often, but you don't want to paint the wall sometimes, or you don't want to decorate that much because you're going to be there for a short period of time. And sometimes you have to repaint the walls white or pay like a fee, whatever, when you leave because you change the colors and they have to paint it and whatever. So all my apartments, all the place that I live was just white walls and like couple little things that I was putting on the walls to make it look a little bit better, but that's it. It didn't have any of my personality, if you want. It was just like if the kitchen was ugly because that's the only place we could afford or whatever, I had to live with that ugly kitchen. Obviously I'm not gonna change everything. So living in your van, it's great to put, even if you don't have any so much budget. I didn't have that much budget when I built my van. Was just working a janitor, putting a little bit more. Like a lot of things are free material. This is free, and you saw a couple of my video anyway. But a lot of things were free here, or yeah, reuse it. So but I was still, putting a little bit of my personality, if you want, into the van bill. And when everything's gonna be done, I'm probably gonna, if you want, decorate a little bit more, put maybe some couple of little things on the walls and finishing things up a little bit more. I need to drink more tea because whew, this is what happened when I talk too much. Whew, I lose my vibes. I'm quiet. Do you play a musical instrument? No. So I had a guitar that my uncle gave it to me, and I bring it back to Quebec because I never really. It was big. It was too big for the band. It was really big guitar. I wish maybe at one point I'm just gonna buy myself a smaller one that would fit better for the van and start playing and start learning if you want. But yeah, I no, I don't play anything. I wish maybe one day I'm gonna spend some time. Un gros salut de Newfoundland. Thank you. Some people from Newfoundland. What kind of music do you like while driving? I always like to drive with some rock music. I like Chili Morning from I don't know that group. Um, yes, if you want, I do have really different type of music depending on my mood. If you ask me, the type that I prefer the most would be rock music. So sometimes I just put radio and just like the rock music in general. I like the rock music of like the 90s, if you want, 80s. So I'm a huge fan of Pink Floyd, even though if I don't listen Pink Floyd very often because you need to be in the mood for that. I really like Pink Floyd. It's been something that a group that I've been, like carry on for years and years. I started listening Pink Floyd. I think I was like 14, if it's not younger than that. Um, so if that's my group, if you want, like something that I would say, yeah, I really like Pink Floyd. And I saw Roger Water in Vancouver several years ago. It was the best show ever. But I can listen some like a little bit more party music. I as That's why I was talking with Chrome one point. As long as I can sing, I'm happy. I want to sing. I want to pretend for a couple of minutes that I'm like a superstar. um, that's my type of thing, you know. So when I go when I go at the gym, it's gonna be like really like party type of music, and I'm just gonna, you know, my group is Iron Maiden. I saw Iron Maiden in Quebec. It was a really good show, by the way, too. So I've been, yeah, Iron Maiden. It's been a while I didn't listen to some Iron Maiden. But yeah, as long as I can sing, I'm happy. Put me some music. It can be like even like Rihanna or like Eminem or like, you know, all those things. Like I want to sing, but if you want to type, you know, like something like I would put just like in the background of a van, like when I'm in my van. Um, yeah, that would be like the 80s rock music. Oh yeah, Iron Maiden. There you go. Some people, and by the way, Iron Maiden. I don't know if it's still the case, but they used to start. I'm pretty sure it was Iron Maiden or Metallica. I think it's Iron Maiden. They used to start their tour anywhere. Like I think when they start a tour, they always start in Quebec City because apparently Quebec City and Iron Maiden is the best for them, and they had like such an amazing time, especially at that time when they not so many people knew them or something. So apparently, I hope I'm still correct that they start their tour all the time in Quebec City, the city of Quebec. Maybe that's not true, but that's what I heard. That's what I remember. Karaoke. I've never been in karaoke, and I don't think I'll be very good. I play my karaoke. It's inside my van by myself. I like silence music. I like music with no sound. Is this still called music if it's ghetto sound? Um, what state are you currently? I am in Quebec. If it's the question was for me, I'm in Quebec. I'm in Vancouver. I'm born and raised in Quebec, though. Quebec fans are very loyal. The band Morris moved from Vancouver to Montreal because their audience was most reactive there. Oh, there you go. I know Quebec have like I hope I'm still correct, but uh, Quebec, especially Quebec City, I think, are really like big fan of like, you know, those and when they go all in, you know. So bands really like that city for that. But I'm not a Christmas person music. I hate Christmas music. I know I'm gonna offend a bunch of people who say that, but I don't like Christmas music. We're at the restaurant the other day, Chrome and I. It was at Boston Pizza. And you were thinking all that type of place, which is for people who don't know, I don't know if it's just in Canada that's that restaurant, but it's a mini pub restaurant if you want, mostly family restaurant though. But they had like super classic, like close to falling asleep. You know what I mean? Like super classic Christmas music, and it was like probably a good like 3 weeks or even close to a month before Christmas. So it was quite early in the season, I feel, to play that, especially like put like a little Christmas music that at least, you know, has got a little, you know, not like classic music. I don't know. That was just, I was like, oh my God. AC/DC. That's one good too. Let's talk astrology. Oh my goodness. Let's what's your bird sign? Aries, that's what it's called? April. Born April. Beginning of April. Being from Boston, it's funny to hear that a pizza chain in Canada is named after a city. Yeah, I don't know why. Boston Pizza. Did it start in Boston? I don't know. Is it? I don't know if it's only in Canada that we have that. I don't celebrate Christmas, but last night, sorry, I drove up and down my country road, blasted Christmas music to everyone. Awesome! On Christmas Day, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Not 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 a huge fan, but I'm okay. Chrome is a lucky guy. Chrome, you're lucky. ACDC Market Square Arena, 1985. That was probably a good show. Cindy, thank you so much. Another little cute little sticker. I really appreciate my voice get it up, and Kitty was looking at me like, why are you screaming, Mom? I don't do Christmas. I do like Christmas song. See me, I'm the opposite if you want. You need to have a little beat. Christmas beat. That's okay. But how long have we been talking? For an hour now. I think, guys, I'm gonna start my heater. It's getting cold. Sorry. What's up, Kitty? Did you eat all your food? Is it time to you forget something? He was complaining. Hmm? You want something? It's almost Christmas. Not quite, but. Hold on. What do you want? You want this? Well, come here. They want to see you. Once again. You guys see it? It's just what it is, dried chicken and duck. Yeah. We don't see you, Kitty. I'm gonna put her here. Kitty. Yeah, you got more? I want to see it. Yeah. You're lucky. She's like, I don't want to hear in front of the camera. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. I'm gonna put that away because she's gonna try to get it. Oh, I'm surprised that my light that's still on. I only had 2% of my battery when I started live. Doo-doo-doo. She's so adorable. Yes, she is. Had Cruz and Kitty ever had a big fight? Nope. So Cruz and Kitty gets some yellow. I mean, it's okay. We could be way worse. So what's up? Crazy. Yes. They give you those treats. Yeah, it's them. Hmm? You lucky, yeah. So yeah, Kenny and Cruz get along. Okay, it's not perfect. So the only thing is if Kenny run or Kenny today Cruzy was like hungry, so he was all over Kenny. I'm like, give your dog some food. He's gonna eat my cat. He was following Kenny like crazy, and she doesn't like when he's too close because he's got a little, he's got nothing there. Yeah, he's got nothing. So yeah, because of his like noise like he's making, but they tolerate each other. I did a mini walk with both of them. It's okay. Kelly sometimes she just like not sure a little bit, And Cruzy would love to for if Kitty was playing with him, but he doesn't realize that it's a cat sometimes. That they don't play the same way. Mm-hmm. I love you too. But it could be way worse. It could be. Shelly, thank you so much. Are you doing something for you? Thank you so much. We're doing great. Kelly and I are doing great. Thank you so much. You want to stay with us? Hmm? You want to stay with us? Because it's warm here. I think that's why. I saw the heater. Which, by the way, I hope the heater doesn't bother too much that the sound. Usually it's okay. Uh, mm, you see what you do? This it's live, kitty. I cannot cut that in the editing. That was like abuse. That was like you bite me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they saw that. They saw that you bite me. Mm-hmm. They're gonna think you're rude. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they saw that. They saw you. You're just gonna spend the rest of the life like this? It's not super comfortable for me though. No noise for the heater. Awesome. Yeah, I hear it, but you guys don't seem to hear it. So even on my video, at the beginning when I had my heater, I was shutting that off all the time when I was recording because I thought you guys would hear it, but it's pretty good. In many spots in the U.S., I've experienced cold temperature. Can only imagine how cold it is in Canada. It was cold last week. Last week we had like some cold weather. Nothing too crazy. I'm from Quebec, so minus. I'm gonna put that a little bit further so I can stand up a little bit. Yeah, we had like -10, which I don't know in Fahrenheit what it is. I think close to that, but maybe even no, maybe even colder than that. Yeah, -10, 15 a night. I would say that we had. But yeah, I'm used from Quebec, so we have like -40 sometime. So you leaving? She's gonna jump. No, she's gonna go underneath. All right. Ugh. Can stand. Oh, do we lost my lights? Yes. No more Christmas lights. Doo-doo-doo. Beth, thank you so much. Be good, kitty. See, he said to be good. Look like she got her own show. Wants to talk. Merry Christmas, I mean, Kelly. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. -12 in Quebec right now. I think it's 5 degrees here right now, so it's pretty good. But I'm used to cold weather, even though I think the coldest that I may experience in the van was maybe close to -20 at night. How do you and other van lifer plan for eventually retirement? So I am my own boss, my own business, if you want. So everything I currently make money on YouTube from the ad revenue. So what you watch at get an ad at the beginning or at the end of my video and sometime in the middle. So those we get a little percentage of those ad revenue. So YouTube take a percentage, we take the rest. So that help and like things like stickers and my ebook that I just sold. So all those little things add up, and sometimes we do ads for like brand things like this. So all of those little things adds up. So for retirement, but that's me who have to put money on the side for that part. So that's how that work. But we've got van lifer who work as a more regular job, so they're gonna have gonna stay a couple months in one town, Or I met a couple of people that have like more, if you want, summer jobs, so they work as golf club or whatever, those type of job. So in the winter they can travel, or the opposite, in the winter they're going to work at the ski resort or whatever, and the summer is the travel time. So there's got a lot of options, like if you're on work wise, uh, to work on the road. So a lot of people have also online jobs, so it can be doing marketing, it can take care of social media for a person, it could be anything, like so much option up there. So me, that just on YouTube right now that I end up making a little bit of money. But yeah, that's me. You have to put money for retirement, so we are not, some people think that we are not working, or we are not, like, I don't know, that we live from the government or things, all those type of things. That's not true. Doo-doo. Lisa, Mary, thank you so much. Merry Christmas and breakfast for you and Chrome. Thank you so much. We appreciate. And Merry Christmas to you as well. Question: This ebook book selling as good as you hope? Yes, it's been really good. Thank you so much for everyone who purchased a copy of the ebook. Really appreciate. Didn't I put it out there and thinking, maybe a couple of people or whatever, maybe that's gonna help a couple of people, and not really add like anything in mind. But yeah, it's been doing great. Really appreciate, guys, and a lot of great comments too. One time I see them, oh, I tried that recipe, thank you. So really appreciate it. Uh, do you hope to be always a permanent van lifer? I think van life will always be in my life. I really like to travel. I really like having everything with me. I really like travel with my cats. So that would always, or as much as I think right now, always gonna stay. Then I'm gonna have maybe at one point a little land or a little something with like a tiny house or a little shack, a little something, maybe at one point. But even if I do end up having that, the van's gonna be in the driveway, ready to go. And for right now, I don't see, even if I had a tiny house or a place with a little land. I don't want a house. That's the big house. I don't want that. That's not for me. Tiny house would be the max if you want that I could have if you want, but I don't see myself like living mostly in that tiny house and having this as a second kind of mini home if you want. Um, I see my van to be the main home, and the land or the place that I might eventually buy at one point to be just that little place to go for a week or two or three, whatever, and spend a little bit of time, be more, a little bit more settled, and travel again. So maybe that something like this will happen, but for right now, my only van, and I really like it. But yeah, the van will always stay. Maybe when I'm gonna be really really older, I'm gonna want to have like a, if you want, a little tiny house, and that will be my main place to live, and the van will be just something that we'll do in summer or something around this. But we talk about way further down the road. Who knows what's gonna happen from there? But yeah, for the next 5 year or so, that's definitely, the van's gonna definitely be my 100% main home. I really like it. I am badly build tiny house, working on building my own. Awesome, but really want to drive away. That's the thing. I have a feeling that if I buy a land, let's say, and I build something on it, a little shack, a little tiny house, whatever you call it, I have a feeling, I know myself, I have a feeling that I'm just gonna enjoy like, oh, we're building something, we're building a tiny house and like having a little fireplace, which I kind of missed that part. Yes, I could have a fireplace in my event, but I don't want that. But like it would be exciting to do that part. But all of this, when it's gonna be done, I'm gonna be like, okay, why did I buy land? Why did I buy a house? Like, I'm tired to see the same trees. You know what I mean? So I know myself. I always move. Like all my life, I move. When I was living in a house, in apartment, the max that I ever stay in one spot was 2 years. That's it. And that was because my boyfriend at the time, they didn't really want to move again and again, because I get bored after a year, to be honest. I'm just like, I need to move. It can be in the same town to another house or another place, but mostly in a different town. That's my best. But I need to move. I'm that type of person. So I have a feeling if I buy land after a year or two, I'm gonna be like, why did I buy that land? So I'm just moved to my RV and I plan on trying to Europe in the summer also. Home base is nice though. It's nice for me for a little while. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm just someone who like to move. So this is why I love van life. And like even when I was living in my car, and I had nothing in my car. I had like a bed, three bins, and barely able. I could not cook in the actual car. I had to in my SUV. I had to cook outside. Even that, and I was local in Squamish because I had a date like a regular job, like a janitor job. I was happy. I was happy to be in my tiny little place, going to bed in my tiny little place, going from just a little park. I was parking in one place for a couple of hours. I was like, okay, I'm bored. Moving to another place. Spend a little bit of time there. Oh, I'm bored. I'm just gonna move to another place in that same town. But just that make me happy. Just to move a little bit, just to see, a different area, different people, different this and that. That just make me happy. Like I've been stuck for 2 days. Yeah, it's been 2 days, I think today. I've been stuck here, by the way, if you don't know. Not that I'm stuck. I'm not that stuck. I'm on the side of the roads, get a lot of snow on both sides of my van, so I cannot really get out. I could if I was to shovel the whole thing, but it's like icy and I don't want to hurt my back. So I stay here because anyway, everywhere is got snow and, you know, which is okay. But I start to be like, okay, let's move. Let's move. So I've been traveling all over Canada since I'm 17. Awesome. But the home you can but the home base is good as well. Yeah, some people needs a little bit more balance. Someone asked question about the ebook. More info about the ebook. This is my the Nomad cookbook ebook. So if you want to have a bunch of recipe, it's on my right side. I made 50 recipe, I think. Yeah. Oh, Terry White. Oh, hello. Christmas treats for Kitty. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm happy you be here. Where's Kitty? She's just back to her favorite spot, which is the bed. She's getting a little bit old and lazy, guys. I think it's been maybe close to 4 or 5 days. She didn't get out of the van. We had snow, we had really cold weather. She didn't want to put her nose into outside. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even question. So I've been staying inside the van too a little bit, and now it's pouring rain. So yeah, she's gonna be in the van for a little bit. But she's getting a little bit older. I love retire and live in a small cottage in the wood. That would be something, if I'm getting a little bit older and like It's still a lot of work though when you think about it. The cottage, when you older, yeah, could have done that. I like the idea though. Little retire, little base in the wood in front of a lake. Sounds good. Sounds good. But I'll be tired after a point. At least for now. Hmm, very icy outside. I don't know if it's icy here where I am. Was raining all day, so maybe now it start to froze a little bit. Hopefully not. I still need my little snowbank on the side of the road to melt a little bit more. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna try to get out of here. Merry Christmas from Nashville, Tennessee. Awesome. My husband and I live on 4 acre on the tiny one-bedroom cabins. Awesome. We love it. We pay for it and bought a top van, high top van, sorry, last month and work on can be traveled across Canada, across the state. Sorry. Awesome. That is something that maybe I will love. Like a tiny little place. And yeah, I like the idea of pay like everything is paid for it. That's not something that I want. Finance, no, no, no. This is why I don't want a house. This is having payment every month, mortgage. No, I like to own a place. I like to own things. It's more fun that way. Doo-doo-doo. Oh my goodness. Let's all remember the real reason for Christmas. Curious. Sorry, if the real estate price are reasonable. uh, are they also experiencing a skyrocket price there too? House around I'm currently around Vancouver, so house around Vancouver are extremely that's I think that's the right word, extremely expensive. So to buy just a small house, let's say 3 bedroom house, bungalow house type of around Vancouver, not downtown Vancouver, obviously, but like around the Vancouver area. So in the metro Vancouver that we call, so the really busy place. Um, Something old, something not that nice would be. It's been a while since I looked the price, but minimum, and I don't think you have something really nice for less than $600,000. So I think the average price here in the Metro Vancouver is $1 million. I think in something you don't have like a huge house there. You don't have like no, for 1 million you have something okay. Is bad. People renting here, even the price of renting. So I was living in Squamish for a while. This is one of the reason why I decided to move into to stay in my car, because if you don't know the story, when I left my ex-boyfriend, I put everything in my van, in my car, sorry, in my SUV, put everything in storage, and I was looking to rent something for a month and realized that I could not pretty much not afford to rent a place. I could not afford, absolutely not afford something on my own. I would have to have roommate. And in Squamish, it's $900 to have just a bedroom, and you have roommates in the place that you're renting. So it's extremely expensive. So yeah, even if you go outside the Vancouver area, at one point, me and Max were looking to buy a house around the Salmon Arm, which is the middle of British Columbia, and yeah, that was $500,000. That was the price. We had the view of the lake. We had a nice house at that point, though, in that area, but that's the regular price. You have barely anything less than $500,000 here on British Columbia side. And everywhere we talk about, a lot of people, even on the East Coast, the price are just like going crazy. So I'm telling you price that probably not even accurate to what it is now. I'm sure some people is gonna comment price here, but yeah, it's really expensive. Uh, do we have a bunch of? Mhm. Okay, sorry, I saw that I. Oh, the middle class can make it. A good question. Even the price of a grocery, it's just ridiculous, guys. Grocery are so expensive. We often come and I like wonder, like people who like minimum wage, how they can like in Squamish. I know like a lot of people minimum wage. They were renting place. They had to do two job. Because I remember like I went at Walmart one night and one girl was always there, and she started chatting with me, and she was like, "Oh, I see you at night." She didn't know I was sleeping in the parking lot all night long. Though, I mean, they knew that a camper was there, but she didn't know that was mine. The few one. So she was like, "What are you doing for a living?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm a janitor," and she was like, she looked like she was kind of like looking maybe to change job. Like she was like, "Oh yeah, is it like do you make good money?" And she was super sweet, little I would say a little Chinese girl, or I don't know which country she was from, and super cute. And she was like kind of asking me a little bit of questions. I was telling her things, and she was like, I'm like, yeah, you guys at the Walmart's probably hard. You're probably making just minimum wage. Just like, yes, and I have to. Oh, that's the reason. Yes, I was seeing her at Tim Horton in the morning, and at night she was working at Walmart. That's right. And I was like, you seem to like work all over the town. Like I see you everywhere. And she was telling me that she had three jobs, and she was planning on going to school. We have a nice school around Squamish, and she was like, try to manage all of this, poor girl. And I was like, oh my God, girls, you're working like crazy hard. And she's like, I know, but I have to do it. It's so expensive. So people have to do two jobs. And yeah, the grocery, like, it's getting ridiculous. I don't know, like, it's getting hard. And it's getting hard for everybody. I have hard time to finding place stealth camping in town because I'm still working. So I don't know where you are. I don't know where you live, but stealth camping. I don't know if you knew about van life, and like I said, some place is different than here. But stealth camping is something that I thought that would need to be at one point, and I realized that's not a thing. People don't care that much that you're sleeping on the side of the road. Might be different where you are, but maybe they'll try that hard to find a place to stealth camp. I When I was local, I was finding like Walmart was my spot most of the time. But what I said, if I'm in a town for a little while, I like to have like two or three spot, four spot if I'm there for a very long time, and rotate them. So you never in any of those spots very often. But the best place that I sleep, by the way, in front of a apartment building or place, because they don't know who's there. They don't care if it's got a camper in front of their apartment. At least here, like I say, commercial area, which is what I am right now, are another great place. Uh, they don't really care that much either. Some truck or some like company truck might stay on the side of the road all the time too, as well. So you kind of blend a little bit with them. Um, And even when I like worry about being stealth, I'm like, okay, like I was in town, um, Power Weaver, I think in the last video, yeah. And I was parked in front of like townhouse, and I was like worrying, I'm like, fuck. Sorry. I was like, my heater's on. Like, they're gonna know that I'm there. And I was like, who cares? Like, it's not a point. The worst that can happen for me here, at least, is on maybe a knock on the door with someone who will say, "You're not allowed to sleep here. You're gonna have to move." This is the max that here often they do. Very rarely they're gonna give a ticket. Some people had, but I never had a knock, never had a ticket. I always leave first thing in the morning, but all right, let's block someone. Okay, sorry. So yeah, so maybe stuff. If you are new, I remember that was something that was really worried, but yeah, may not be the thing. Depend on where you live. Okay, let me clean up some stuff here. Okay. We got a little bit of people coming. I think we're good. They always come in my life. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. I think we're going to wrap that up pretty soon, guys. It's been great to chat with you for Christmas, to have a little cup of tea, which almost done. Forgot about it. I noticed that a lot of places post no camping overnight sign more than more. Yes, unfortunately, we saw that here too as well. Um, we made Chrome and I, and even Joseph, we talk about it. Uh, to us, not really post so much where we are, like specifically. Um, Obviously, a couple of people watch us and find the place, and it's okay. But also be cautious when you use the app iOverlander, which is an amazing app. I talk about it several times. But it can be a downfall too, because we all going to those places and we become a problem, and they start putting sign no overnight. So it's nice to be around other camper. I feel that too. I love to be around the other camper van. I feel comfortable at night. But the more that we group all together, the more we be visible, and the more we don't move, the more we become a problem. And all of this adds up, and they start putting some signs. So the best way that we all can do a little part is to move as much as we can. That's my opinion, at least. And move as much as we can, and don't leave trash, garbage. Obviously, that's, I think, common sense, which unfortunately not everyone's got it, but do that. And maybe not group too much at some area, and leave those places in front of the beautiful ocean. If it's got some house, I don't park there. Like, I try to avoid those places. If it's got a house and people, uh like, they're gonna complain. They pay like million or 2 million or 3 million for the house with a view. They don't want to have a camper beside that. You know what I mean? I get it. So be cautious with that. If you are parked in those area, go late, leave early, and don't get yourself too visible at that point. That's my opinion. So less they're gonna put those sign no over, like, no camping. I love your accent. Thank you. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap that up. Been chatting for a while with you, which is great. Not hanging out with Chrome tonight. Not tonight. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be our time together. Just get some people trashing the life. Hopefully not. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. So thank you so much. Merry Christmas for tomorrow, for today, whatever it is, the time in your in your area. Merry Christmas, and I'm gonna have a couple of video around Christmas, after Christmas, and Happy New Year, because I'm not gonna be on live. Not that I know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'm gonna do a live around New Year's, but for now, I'm not sure. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I think we use most of my data. I think I'm like, just think about it. Yeah, almost done. So it's time that we wrap that up. All right, guys, thank you so much to join me and Kitty. She's still in bed. You want to say the Merry Christmas? No, you don't want to move. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you